Welcome back, everybody, to Motorsport Manager. Time for the second half of the 2017 season. Of course, the next few races are going to be alternating. We get 2 in Tondela, 2 in Munich. And that was sort of a kind of a dead period for us last year. Let's see if we can do any better. Now, I did do one thing off screen. I went into the scouting, and we only have a few more, I think, down to there, where we had left. And I added a few more of the roughly young teenage drivers. But then we're going to start getting into the competition. And so I started scouting after that. We didn't have any more in the 16 to 22 age range that were unscouted. So I just added in those from the other WTCR teams. So that's our next step in gradually improving our knowledge around the racing world. Let's get to the immediate matter at hand. Natalie Pinkham of Sky. Is it WTCR becoming too predictable because of Panis? No, she hasn't won that much. I'm going to say it was an anomaly. And Panis is really offended by that, as you might expect, where both of our drivers are at max morale. Pit stops. Broke our record. We're at 6.718. We had one mistake. Cesar Courtright was the offending person. And on to the pit crew. Let's see who we have available. I just want to refresh myself. Our max is 13 on the rear jack, 12 on the front. We could use a better backup at both of those. And then on the tires, maybe upgrade a little bit if we can find somebody. Well, even assuming the +1 here, I don't see anybody, like maybe Ortlip, like an 11 on the tires, 92 stamina. That would be worth getting, but I think that's it. Yeah, the rest of you can go away. So we will hire Ortlip. And let's take a look around. We're going to need to get a new front jack out there. Benamar, you have the best stamina currently. It's going to make us a little bit slower. At the rear, Galnavach is still fine. Boy, Courtright, yeah, I think making mistakes really messes up your stamina, because look, he's down to 42. He's going to have to sit for a while. Grousis can get out there some. Let's see, 69, 62. Going to want to take out a couple more. Let's have Lissick come in for... Let's get Ortlip out there. And then Eason. Looks like Ogilby will be the best replacement at the moment. So we're going to have a little bit of a weaker team out here now. Next time, Duval is going to be tired. But at least we keeping the mistake rate down. Well, Dunn, do you still have a spot on the rear jacks? No, because Perry's our backup there on the rear jack. I just don't think there's any use that I've got right now for Dunn. Gonna get rid of you. Yeah, we've got our backup on each jack, our 4 tire people. We're going to keep swapping in and out. I think that's where I want to stay. And there's our repair. Gearbox is most important, followed by engine and brakes. We're about to get more brakes out. These are the 3 parts we're working on maxing. But let's get a part of each maxed out first. So let's see if we take that out. We're working on the 1 engine, that's our max engine. And we're working on our max spoiler. I think that's where I want to be on those for now. Focusing, we're about to get another brake in. Let's just split this until we get the brakes. And then see where I think we are. Because we have max spoiler, we have max engine, and we're about to get a max brake. That really only leaves the suspension. Okay, so there's our brakes build. And this one is going to get us up to 263. Significant boost. Since we can't really improve the gearboxes at all, let's improve these reliability enough to get it out there on the track. And even at max effort, we're still not going to quite get enough out of it. I'm just going to leave that there. And then also put the max brake in there. So we're working on the max engine, max spoiler, max brake. And then we're trying to get these brakes ready for the next race. Yeah, I think that's the right place to be. On to our suspension. Last part to work on. That seems clearly to be the best one. 500K. Not worried about that cost. Sponsors. That one's going to be replaced after the next race. Everybody else is long term. But the team marketability, look at that, up to 17%. So that is really starting to rise gradually, and that's really going to help us down the road. Oh, yeah, they're asking if we want to be able to put our own vote in. I think I'm going to reject this just because I don't want to spend the voting trying to put it up over the top. Something to consider going forward. And doesn't look like a whole lot's going to happen until we get our suspension. Okay, another reserve that we're going to ignore. 7th out of 12th. Keep up the good work. And our suspension. Let's see how much better that is than what we have already. Okay, that's going to max out at 240, and we're in the 160s. Do we want to put any work into that right now? And I think getting our brakes ready for the race is a little bit more important. Looks like we're going to get these usable by the race, but we're going to need everything we've got into it. So I want to leave this in here, let it just gradually tick up. We will, of course, shift more focus into those later. And we've got, 14 weeks on our forecasting center. That's a ways away. So we need to go to our next suspension. And we're going to go here and then there. To max that out, 600K. It won't be done till about a week after the race. The thing is, if the suspension goes away, then this is all going to be useless to us. Like, we're going to lose all of this if we make it spec. So I definitely don't want that to happen. We are still 12th on the brakes. 12th on the suspension, even though this has gone up. 12th there. It does feel like we've moved up a little bit, but still not there. And the engine, we've slipped to 4th. Others have improved. Still liking where we're going. Okay, Tondela, 49 laps, 2.4 miles, fairly short, and then low chance of rain. Crucial parts are all spec. Hawaii Guang. Wow, no marketability. Pretty good feedback. 11 feedback is one more than Kari, so that's worth looking at. How much does he have? 5 months, just for the rest of the year. He is a pay driver, though, so we get money from him, and that +1, not really worth it. If it was a little higher than that, if it was, like 13, maybe we might consider it. As it is, gonna leave that one be. And Victoria Pankiewicz wants better pit crew. When they mess up, I have to work twice as hard just to catch my previous position, maybe just mull it over. Yeah. Well, if you haven't noticed, we have been actively working on that. We're going to keep doing that. 3 days away, we're into the 70s, so going about as I expected there. DTM are getting their 7th race in Milan. Come to you, the team to beat. Be surprised if that happens. Sport Team App says they're going to struggle. which is interesting because of how dominant they are in the lead. And yeah, we're 12th and 17th. So I think it's time for us to head off to another race. Except we're going to want to fit our parts. Get those brakes out there. And yeah, 84 and 85%. Well, that's about right on where we'd want them. Pankiewicz with the better one, Hughes weaker as before, although the gap is closed much. 188, 183. So still quite a bit of improvement to be done there. Pankiewicz 24th and Hughes 23rd. So they back to saying Hughes will be better. Still should be an improvement. Let's see where we are. Boy, it sucked our brakes down. So others, I guess, must have boosted. And we are still 12th across the board here. 12th overall, 4th on the engine. So that's unfortunate. And Citrix, our sponsor, of course, for 14th or above. All right, we'll go with Pankiewicz and Kari at the beginning here. I think we're definitely going to want to go with softs. And yeah, let's get that acceleration about there. That should work reasonably well. A 49 lap race. We might just be able to get away with dual softs. If we're very cautious on the tires, even at the start. Might not also. But I think that's what we're going to be trying for. Same deal there. And let's see what we've got. Both drivers looking good to start, form-wise. And since this is a shorter track, we ought to be able to get level 2 trim, which would be nice. See how everything times out here. We get a few laps in. All right, Kari wants more from the handling. Tires heating up pretty quickly. Pankiewicz wants higher speed corners. I think this is going to be fairly close. Drop back to conserve here for Pankiewicz. I don't think we have the luxury of making an extra stop. So I think I'm just going to want to go around about halfway, make some changes, and then finish up. Okay. More acceleration. Go back up to neutral a bit, just a bit more speed. Pankiewicz a little bit above average on the practice times, and Kari well below. Let's go ahead and come in this lap. And we're slipping down, partly because other cars, I'm sure, improving their setups. Some are out on super softs, although most are not. 79%. Well, that is good. We want to lower the speed here. Yeah, I think we want to put that all the way up. That can't go down anymore. So, yeah. I definitely want to try this. Just see how close that is, where we get on the cornering, all of that fun stuff. Could have trouble getting everything balanced out. If I remember correctly, we did last time. We do not have any extra time to spend. So we just need to get back out there. Same tires. Can't afford to take the time to change them. 73%. Wanted more acceleration. And wanted more here. Let's see. Let's try that. Okay. That's probably about as good as we're going to try to hit it. There's Pankiewicz coming back out. We got 5 minutes to get this last bit of race trim too, and the tire trim as well. As warm as it is around here this time of year, I just can't imagine using anything other than softs. I did, and I'm glad you like it. Pankiewicz is formed down, but Kari's is still good. Just gonna speed this up a little more. Likes the weight better as well. You know what? I'm going to leave those at neutral because we're not going to be using these tires again. Let them overheat a bit. We make it to level 2. Finishing 15th and 18th in practice. Definitely I've seen worse. Let's let everybody finish up a little bit faster. Pankiewicz sliding up to an average time there about the end. 12th and 18th. We're still not running away with anything. Tarquini, Decker, Silvestro at the top. And everybody else almost a second off the pace. We've got an insult for Katzberg and Gabriel Tarquini feeling great. Let's see where we're headed here. And we got a pit stop legend ability now for Jake Hughes, but I don't think that's going to be worth using. 1 second faster is nice, but this one is much better. 50% faster tire changes. Okay, we're close. We're not quite there yet, but we're close. 97%. And the only thing, we want to get the speed balance back in. These are both right on. We need to get more speed without messing up everything else. So maybe that, and then bring it back a little bit. That's too much. That looks pretty good to me. Let's try that. And then for Hughes, 98%. We went from good to great. Probably a little bit lower speed we want. A little bit more oversteer. Oversteer, lower speed. So that looks pretty good to me, and this would only be off a little bit, if anything. That should be a nice attempt. Boy, Hughes at 0 for this. I don't like that. It's going to be hot. No sign of rain. Go around and come back in. We should have time for 2 start and stops on this one. 5.4 and 0.6. At least Hughes is getting better. He could hardly get worse. Pankiewicz appears to be holding relatively. We're getting better. Okay. 96% made it worse. Okay, so we went from excellent to great. Yeah, I don't know why okay, that was obviously wrong. So from here We needed more acceleration. I went the wrong way. That explains it. Okay, so not that way. Yeah, I'm going to try that. There's your second start and stop. Let's hope we don't do anything foolish like that again. We're down to 90. Okay, so we were good. And then great. And now good again. Okay, so we want a little bit more on the high speed side. This was okay. Great. And good. A little, okay, we want, from here we want higher speed and understeer. So let's try that. See how that works out. And this will be our last one to attempt. We'll need to just settle with whatever we get. And Hughes, going down again, has yet to get above 1.0 today. Pankiewicz is doing well. He is not. No sign of the track getting anything but faster. %, and still not there. Okay, we just need the slightest bit more. The slightest bit more acceleration. So if I did that, that should do it. I'm going to run with that. 20 seconds. That's a little bit early to go out, but not severely so. And Hughes, 97%. Handling is not quite there anymore. Okay. Great. Good. Great. So this is great. And that is great. So probably more oversteer, but not a huge amount. So if I did this, and then I brought it back, you know, yeah, I'd want to be able to go the other way, and I can't. What about... Boy, this is tough. Here. This is not right either. What? Yeah. Oversteer from here. I think that's an easier reference point for me. I want to bring this a little bit back and still be able to get that in line. Right about there. That's really close. Let's try that. Switch tires. That'll make this take longer. Okay. So I could go out a little bit later. Probably would be optimal. But I don't want to have to try to readjust those. So let's see how we do here. Pankiewicz looking great. Hughes looking horrid. It's starting to go up some now, though, up to 0.5. And Pankiewicz dropping to 5.9. Drop Hughes for a bit here. Oh, shoot, I meant to come back to her, but she made it. Okay. Got a little bit lucky there. Tried to get a little bit too cute. And now here's Hughes guessing perfect as well. So, okay. Tire temps what they should be. 6.0 and 1.0. So we'd expect Pankiewicz to get the better time. And right there, Morbidelli is what we got to hit. 1.1 seconds off the pace. Pankiewicz says, you know what, to heck with that, I'll go ahead of the pace. Hughes is not, but, okay, now we're 3.3 seconds behind, but that still should be enough to get in here. Finishes 7th. I will take that. It's going to be better than we get from Hughes, who's rocking a stellar 1.1, believe it or not, his best form of the day. And finishes 23rd. Okay then. Yeah, Jake Hughes, hopefully you bring something to the race. Because you didn't bring anything today. But still, Pankiewicz being in the top 10, very nice. She can take a run at this. More on your cars. I'm spending as much money on my cars as I can. Thank you very much. And we're going to start off with some rain. 10% chance of rain, and it starts off rainy. For the foreseeable future... Boy. That's enough rain. I think inters are better. So much for our strategy. Go with soft tires and race trim. Race trim and the faster changes. Well, we nailed our setups. 99% inters, which should get us halfway through, if they need to. 99, 98%, okay. Now, since we've got plenty of tire, we can go aggressive on those at first, but I don't think it'll help us. The other car is going to go faster at first, and then we'll... Well, might as well go for it. Lose as little as possible. And we'll go high on the fuel to begin. Yes, I'm very sure. I think we're the only ones getting this. Pankiewicz in 7th. And it is going to be dry for the first lap, but not for long. So we'll definitely ride with Pankiewicz to start. to drop positions at first. But when will it equalize? That's the question. We are the only cars out on inters, as Pankiewicz drops through to the middle of the pack already, 12th. Hughes in 23rd. Got it. Oh, Hamola had a bad turn, that's why. Okay, let's back off to push. And actually, no, let's just go neutral. Save the tires, go neutral. And Pankiewicz fading to the back, mostly. It's not going to rain that heavily, but we still should have an advantage over the other cars after a lap or two here, and then they're either going to have to come in to equalize with us, or they're not going to come in. In either case, we should do well. So we've got a 6.7. Oh, Friends has crashed. Safety car is leaving the garage. I do not want to pit. No. It is not drying. It's getting wetter. Okay, so we're definitely... Safety cars out. We're going low and back up. And a lap of that left. So, Friends is out of the race. We are in 22nd and 19th. Not looking good. Nagy looking like he's got a drive-in penalty. Alright, we've got to move up to neutral. Stop frying our tires. What's the temperature? Yeah, 32. They should definitely rise with neutral. Did get that right, didn't I? Yeah. Okay, tire wear is going up. It's just doing it slowly. Okay, we are... Yeah, it's time for us to go now. So, I'm going to go high and push at first here. Probably not for super long. Let's see if Pankiewicz can get anything done. Are we wet enough? Because nobody else is going in. Okay. Hughes gets a pass on that first corner. Bunching up here. That wasn't a lot of fun, but it looks like Pankiewicz getting it back there on the inside. Looking for a little bit more here. I think we're at the point now we've got a slight advantage due to our tires. Alright, now let's back off to neutral so that we can stick on that for longer. I'm going to stay on high with the engine because we've got plus in fuel. And another crash. And Hughes does not get penalized. So right now we're just trying to survive. 16th and 18th. Tarquini going in for a mandated drive-through. It's looking like this actually might be a little more equal than I was hoping it would be. Now, judging by the water is going to drop off there. We're going to want to come in lap 16 or 17. And we're going to have to make 2 more stops. Let's go ahead and conserve and medium. Well, actually, I want to stay high for a little bit more. Let's get that up to about 0.3. There's Pankiewicz looking to get a spot. And had it, then didn't quite hold it. And now probably losing another. Oh, surging by. I really do think that we have the better tires for conditions now. Question is whether that matters enough. Now we're going to switch back to medium and see how our fuel goes. Oh my goodness. Pankiewicz drive-through penalty. My first one of those. That sucks. She's going to drop back to 22nd. Hughes in 18th. So this race is now going south for us pretty quickly. And it looks like the water overall just low enough that we made the wrong decision. Is not like a crucial wrong decision, but I don't think we're getting the advantage I thought we would be getting. I thought that was enough that we'd get a significant advantage over the other cars, and it doesn't appear to be happening. Back to conserve for a bit here. And Hamola has to come in. And more collisions. Of course, dry tires in wet conditions means all kinds of that probably going to happen. We are now 18th and 21st. I think it's going to be around lap 17 that we want to come in. another handful around to try to gain. And we're going to have to stop twice. So I think it's going to be really difficult for us to get back up in here and get our sponsor bonus. It's not out of the question, but it's not going to be easy. Pankiewicz locks up, getting her tires down to where Hughes's basically are. Hughes is driving at a 4, so he's improved, but he's still not having a great day. Pankiewicz driving well, but that whole collision really messed her up, or she'd be up in like 15th or 16th. Some of the super soft cars going to be running on low tires soon, but some of them are fine. Panis, the first actual pit stop, as opposed to drive-thrus. And we're not getting too far into conserving the fuel, so I think we're just gonna stick with where we are on that. Shedding way above the field, but will have to come in soon. Or now. The way things are feeling, it feels like we have an advantage. We just don't have enough of one to get us anywhere. And we're up to 14th and 16th. Don't think it's going to last, but did have a few cars come in and pit. There'll be more coming. Of course, everybody close together, so we're going to have to pit at separate times. Right now, it would be Pankiewicz coming in earlier because of Hughes being farther up in the field. There we go. That's a nice little burst. And Huff is going to have to come in, and Decker is pitting. So 12th and 16th. And Huff is just going to take a full pit stop while he's in there. Hughes up to 9th. Pankiewicz in 15th. Big pack of cars back there. And Richard and Panis will have to come in. I mean, there are just collisions happening all over the place. And there's Hughes getting by Oriola, and I gotta credit that to the weather. I do think it's still having an impact. 8th now and 15th. I just think we'd be falling further behind without it. I still think it was the right choice. Not by a lot, but still was. Right now I'm thinking, yeah, this is lap 15. I'm going to wait one more, have Pankiewicz come in and 16. And here's Hughes looking for another pass and getting it. I think. Maybe. Maybe not. Really struggling there with Morbidelli. Yep. Just got caught up there. Didn't quite get there. So let's do... We're close enough to stopping. I'm going to stick on the neutral for the tires. Because the weather's going to force us to stop anyway. Hughes continuing to battle. Georgi there getting by. And then it doesn't matter. Going into the pits. Pankiewicz is up to 13th. Okay, so now I think I need to have Pankiewicz come in this lap because otherwise Hughes will have to stay out too long. So, I'm going to switch to softs. Probably best would be to a super soft and a soft. We got the bonus on the softs. So we're going to do a couple of short stints and really kind of fry them. And Hughes is 7th. He's going to stick out there for one more lap. Pankiewicz will come in at 11th. Again, we do feel like we're a little bit faster than the other cars, but now, see, the water's starting to go away. If anything, I waited a lap too long. Hughes is probably going to have trouble on this next lap keeping pace. Yeah, he doesn't look like he's as fast. The other car's catching up. There's De Silvestro. So now he's going to come in. I waited one lap too long. Hughes is up to 6th, but not going to stay there. Look at that pack. No mistakes for Pankiewicz, who comes out in 22nd. Yeah, I missed it by a lap. Now you can see everybody just crowding by. And that is frustrating. Because there's several seconds now that Hughes is losing here. Well, now we're going to be waiting on some others, but we're 21st and 22nd. We've got some ground to make up. Others will have to pit, but it is not looking good. Hughes at 7.0, Pankiewicz only at 3. She's going to be doing better on fuel, but he's looking to be the faster today. We are the last two cars in the field. When you consider that Berman and Friends have crashed. Sliding back to conserve for Pankiewicz. In comes Giovanardi. But out several seconds ahead of us. See how far Oriola drops. Well, right in between our cars. Let's get Hughes up to neutral. Both of them, really. See if we can hold that off. And Oriola's out on super softs. An interesting choice at this point in the race. Yep, so then we lose that position. More cars coming in. It's kind of chaotic right now. And Tarquini slides in behind us. We want to go to about lap 32, 33 here. Nice jump there by Hughes up into the 7s. Let's slow this down a bit. Go back to normal speed because we're getting a little bit competitive. Bunch of cars coming in on the pits. Go up to neutral for Hughes. Try to hold off this challenge right now from Homola. Nope. So we are now 17th. Morbidelli and Huff still need to come in. They've made it halfway on their softs. Shedden coming in. Of course, anybody that pits now could potentially make it through the rest of the race. Oh, we got more rain coming. Let's hold the phone. And we're going to want to go inters. So that's going to change everything. How far away is that? Just a few laps. Look at all this chaos. Okay, 15th and 20th. And of course we can't see the end of that rain yet, so we don't know how long it's going to last. But it is another potential opportunity because Hughes is going to have a short pit stop. I'm going to go with a brief period of conserve here. Hughes trying to get up to 14th regardless. So I don't want to make it very long because he's got a pack of cars around him. In front and in back. But the bottom line is he's in 14th right now. To give us that sponsor bonus. DuPont coming in. Now Hughes going to slide back to 15th, but then he's going to get that back. I think I can afford to go up to about 0.25, so I'm going to do that here. I'm going to let Hughes just drop a little bit further down on the tires. This seems to be the place. There. So we're in 14th and 19th. We're going to try to get done whatever we can. These last little bit before we come in. Hughes down to 7.4 on the form now, so was up to about 9. Here comes the rain, and I think Decker's on inters already. Yeah, I think I want Pankiewicz this lap, and I can't put them both the same lap anyway. And then the next lap will be Hughes. In the meantime, he'll try to get whatever. Yeah, I've used up too much fuel for you already. And there's Hughes getting to 13th as Pankiewicz comes in. Of course, normal length pit stop for her. And Shedden has crashed. Was leading the race, so that's a big deal. Pankiewicz coming out in 22nd. And will soon be 21st out of 21 cars still out there. Now, how long will the rain last? Looks like most of the rest of the race here. Lots of cars coming in now. And this is Hughes' chance to pass people with that great pit stop of his. Boom. Pops back out. He's in 10th. And 19th. And we still have 4 cars out there on dry tires, and this is going to get wet enough that that's not going to fly. I think Hughes could very well finish 6th, 7th, somewhere in that area. Pankiewicz maybe in the mid-teens. Maybe. I'm going to have to watch the fuel because I'm pretty sure I overcooked that last session of pushing for both of them. Yep, and now they're all going to come in. They realize this isn't going to work. Somehow Hughes only got by 3. 7th. And then 18th. Pankiewicz only got by 1 and not by that much. But still. We're just looking to run out the rest of this here. Probably. At least for a while, it's just going to be steady rain. Light rain, but steady. So Hughes right now battling to get a top 10 finish. Pankiewicz in 18th. Go neutral. And Hughes really in a pack here. Let's go neutral there as well. Come on, get this pass. Swings around, trying to fight with Katzberg. And got it. Well, had it. And then lost it. So that's a constant thing. I think he eventually slides back to 8th. The later that happens, the better off we'll be. Two-thirds of the way through this one. Yeah, I'm going to have to go conserve here. I'm just baking the tires. So 8th and 19th. And now we've got Hamola coming up behind. So challengers to Hughes never ending here. And now, like, everybody's got relatively fresh tires. We're probably in the final push to the end. Yeah, because the water's not all going to go away in that little bit. So this is it. Everybody's on their final stint. We managed to get through it in 2 pit stops for each driver. Hughes driving well in 8th. Pankiewicz stuck near the back. That drive-thru penalty she had to do certainly didn't get us any favors. At least she's driving better now. Looking to try to get by Richard again. There's a group of several cars ahead there, so it's not out of the question that she could pick up some spots here. It's not likely, but it's not completely impossible. And we're going to have to go conserve, even though you're trying to get by there. Again, we got to watch. There's still 12, 13 laps to go. Car condition still looking good. The improved tire wear that we get from our brakes, I think, is helping some. Right now, we would drop down to 9th. as some of the weaker teams doing well today. Overall in the Drivers' Championships, Pankiewicz would stay and Hughes would drop to 13th. That's not particularly encouraging. Look at Mulsanne up in 4th position, not getting any points though. So, it could be worse. There's Hughes looking at getting alongside Katzberg. I think all we're doing is looking at it here. Oh, there's an interesting little maneuver. Got by and then lost it immediately. So the battles continue on both ends of the track. Less than 10 laps to go now. We are gaining some of the fuel back, but not enough. Not quite at the point of needing to do anything about that, but will become necessary in the final laps, and it's going to make it hard for us to hold any gains we might get here. 9.8 for Hughes, though. See if we can do anything with that and stay ahead of Katzberg if we can make another pass. Would sure be nice. That could get us some distance, if nothing else, for that later period when we have to back off the fuel. Well, not happening. Back off again. Give it a try in a bit. I think we're going to get pretty close on the fuel though, and there's Hughes giving it a shot there, but going conserve on the tires. It didn't quite up. Locked up, but still made the pass. Huh. Go figure. I passed when I was on conserve on the tire. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hamola cut a corner. Please penalize him. I think Hamola just got a 10-second penalty. Yeah. Fastest lap of the game. That better not count. Or race, rather. Excuse me. So last few laps. I think with 2 laps to go, I'm going to back off the fuel. Or 5 laps to go, rather, now. But yeah, we'll get to lap 48. I'm going to back off the fuel. And Pankiewicz making another pass now up to 18th. May or may not hold it. Richard there right behind. Doesn't matter really in the grand scheme, but still a nice thing to see. And then loses it. Go conserve again. DuPont going into the pits. Pankiewicz all the way up to 17th now. And then 16th gets ahead of Richard and then loses it and then gets it back. That battle just won't end. Alright, we're not going to need to do it for that long. We're going to go low and then go neutral on the tires at the same time. Go to regular speed now for the rest of this. Hughes driving impeccably, looking pretty solid there. Current position. While Pankiewicz taking pressure. Ooh. Okay, I'll take that. Especially if she can hold it. .02, go up to medium. Now Hughes has a little more fuel to catch up, so the final lap though, go and burn whatever you've got left in the tires. Hughes is going to get us a few points, and Pankiewicz would have been up there. Arguably top 10 without that drive-thru penalty. Of course, lots of other cars had drive-thrus as well. And Pankiewicz possibly going to come up just short of the finish line here with the fuel. Oh my! Splurting around on the final turn is Georgi. Well, still 17th. De Silvestro gets back in the winner's circle. Surprised the media, didn't surprise me. She is just that good. See, do we have any penalties to hand out? Beyond the ones that came out during the race. And look at all this stuff. Hamola, 10-second penalty. Drive-thru penalties received, but did still get that fastest lap. The pole there for Decker. Hughes moves up to 7th with the penalty to Hamola. Pankiewicz 17th. So all kinds of drive-thru penalties, but no demotions for parts, it looks like. The 3 crashes, of course. Hughes remains 12th. Pankiewicz remains 17th. So drivers stay in position. We slip a spot to 8th. We're just holding right in this group of teams right here. It's hard for me to imagine us slipping lower than 9th. And we might get up to 7th, 6th at a push, but I think we're going to be somewhere in that 7th through 9th. Us, Sebastian Loeb, BRC Racing, the group of teams that's just below average right now. Simona de Silvestro gets all the accolades. Okay, happy with the top 10 results. We've got Pankiewicz with a 5.4, her worst form of the year, and yet 17th, an average finish overall. 6.0 for Hughes. Good bounce back for him after the bad showing in Dubai. 6.3 on the year. And it's his second best finish. Third top tenner of the year. Nice boost to our finances. Alright, so before we come back to Portugal and Tondela, we're going to go off to Munich and see what's going on there. But it looks like we pretty much solidly know what we're going to have for this year, and we're sort of switching gears now, trying to prepare for next season, keep things going with the HQ and the part development. So, respectable, but not really anything better. So thanks for watching, everybody. I'll be off to Germany next time.